friends, let's talk a little bit today about what Wyomingites can do to deal with some of the current supply chain issues and be less reliant on the supply chain that is having so many problems right now. I'm sure you've noticed along with us that certain things are missing from store shelves or take a little longer to get restocked. So first of all, we can think about the opportunities that presents. How do we fill the gaps? What can we find to produce and sell within our own communities? Become the gap filler of the supply chain at a local level. And then I'm going to bring up a thought that maybe you wouldn't associate directly on first thought with supply chain issues, but it's really important, and that is this. We need to pay attention to elections, policies, and candidates. We really need to start doing our homework as voters. We need to understand what incumbents have voted for, regardless of what they say when they're campaigning. Because here in Wyoming, everybody's conservative when they're campaigning. But the rubber meets the road when we look at their voting records. So incumbents, it's really important that we study, look at the policies that they're voting for or against, and then new candidates. What about somebody who has no track record? We need to ask them questions. Go to events. Election season is coming up and every county hosts activities. You have the opportunity to go in person, to meet those candidates, talk to them directly, many, many times one-on-one, and ask them the tough questions. Don't just listen to the stump speeches. Go up, shake their hand, and ask them how they feel about the issues that concern you. And then make your decision at the voting booth carefully. Some other obvious ways we can work on supply chain issues is buy in bulk. I think most people in Wyoming already do that because many of us live outside of town and we don't want to be running to the store constantly. But if you don't, plan ahead a little bit. I know that when I had kids at home growing up, that just became a habit because I could buy 2 gallons of milk and it'd be gone the next day. So I learned about things like freezing milk and preserving some other things so that I had a nice supply and some in reserve. And this is kind of cool. Upcycling has become a real project. If you are a fan of Pinterest or you follow things on social media, look at the upcycling. Furniture, clothing, you name it. Our nation has become very creative in how we reuse and recycle, and I personally think that's a great idea. I know we can take clothes apart and re-sew them into other things. I've seen some very cool videos on that. And then certainly furniture and whatnot. Just a lot of creativity in the human mind when we look for it. And these are some ways that we can battle a supply chain that is inconsistent and not maybe stocking our shelves like it used to. So, question today for you is, how are supply chain issues affecting your daily life?